there, welcome back to our YouTube series on feng shuiing your home, my eyes on your home. Now, as I said in our previous episode, I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for or whether it's going to continue, but if you're enjoying it, please let me know. This is a series of videos where I have been asking our community to share some photos of a certain room of their home to get feedback on good, bad feng shui, but also how they can optimize it to improve that scenario in their lives. So today we are looking at Elise. And Elisa's home, she has shared with me her bedroom. Elisa is in Bozen, South Tyrol, Italy, which is so cool. What I love about this journey is that there's people from all over the world. Last video, we did Linda's workspace in Cork, and today we were in Italy. She has shared photos of her bedroom, and she wants some support with love and relationship. She's lived in this space for 3 years, and she's been experiencing maybe being single for more than 5 years. So she really wants an intention of love and relationship to be cozy. So I'm looking forward to giving Elise some guidance on her room based on what she has shared with me. Now, I do have to put a little caveat buyers beware. Okay, so I know you're not buying this YouTube, but you are spending your time watching this YouTube video. And if you are looking for a quick fix to completely transform your relationships, this is probably not the right show for you. But if you are looking for a way that you can improve your office, your bedroom or your office or your living room, whatever room, a little bit to bring in a bit more positive energy, that this is the right place. Now, I will not be giving feng shui guidance based on the Bagua map in these videos. There's a very clear reason why, because that is beyond the scope. I would have to have all of Elise's information. I would have to run the numbers in her house and do all the things that I do for my Powerhouse members, which is a bespoke practice. So if you are interested in having me run the numbers in your house, analyze the exact energies that are running, and actually explaining why things are going the way you want them or not going you want them to go, or why some things are going great, other things are not going so great, that's where I can help you within our Powerhouse program. And you can go check that out at patricialohan.com/powerhouse. Now, in the meantime, this is, as I said, a trial run on YouTube videos and this series. So if you are liking it, please do let me know. Like, how do I know? By you commenting, by you submitting your own photos. If you want to, you'll be able to do that below. By you liking, by you subscribing, by you sharing this video with a friend. So if you have a single friend and you're like, oh, Elisa's bedroom looks like my friend's bedroom and she wants to call in love, share that video. They're the ways you can, let me know that I can keep going with it. I keep going with this, or this is a complete flop and don't do any more of these, Patricia. Right, okay, let me get going. Let's share Elisa's photos. First photo she showed is her wardrobe, some of her wardrobe, which is very neat, very tidy, very organized, lovely. She's then shared under her bed, which is spotless, like, oh my God. For all of you out there, this is a picture perfect, exact what we want under beds in houses. If you have your house and it has loads of stuff under your bed, that is going to create a lot of just emotional disturbance, but also just not good sleep. So this is great. I hope you get good night's sleep with this. Thank you for sharing that and being the demonstrator of impeccable cleanliness, but also impeccable underbed, high feng shui, like a very positive feng shui practice. Okay, you've got a little air freshener, and there's a little bag there on that. And this is the side table. She's a wooden headboard side table, 2 little ornaments, a big one and a small one. And then on this side, as she's lying in bed, I presume she can see the vacuum cleaner, and there's a little rack there. She comes in the door. She's another a bit of storage. Okay, let's all get a bit of a bit. And this is the other side. She's got 2 vases here and a little toy. And then we see there seems to be a cat. She's a balcony. Okay, nice. Throw and her wardrobes, and then some little like a little shade or a little decoration out of the window. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Elise. I really, really appreciate you being brave, Elisa, for sharing these photos with me. And we're going to get started and we're going to dive straight in. The very first thing I would say to you is, Elisa, are you single? And if you want to call in love, you need to make space in your wardrobe. So you've showed me a wardrobe full to the brim of clothes. There is no space. If somebody was to move into your apartment right now, they would have a little bit here and a little bit there. And like, where would they put their clothes? Where would they put their clothes? So this would be the very first thing I would look at. I know you do have more space, and I don't know whether this is, you're just like showing me the one area, but I would say to you, if you do want to call in love, you're going to have to make space in another area that's dedicated to this other person, to being able to share this room with someone else. I think that's the most important part, is when you want to call in love, that you're able to make space for this other person, and then it's like you're energetically creating that space. So whether it's a decluttering or just using a different shelf and splitting out what you have in here and making some space for someone else, that would be really important. That's the first thing. Now, it is nice and neat and tidy, but it's more about that kind of energetic mindset. And maybe there's some things that are in this cupboard that could go to a different storage area in a different part of your home, that would then make up space for your for that person to come in. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, well done, under the bed. And for everybody who says, what's the deal with under the bed? I actually met a lady once, and she's like, I don't believe in feng shui. And I was like, okay, grand. Like, sorry, I'm just going to lean back and relax. This is YouTube with Patricia, relaxed, no videographer, telling to sit up straight. So I had a woman who I met years ago, and she said, I don't believe in feng shui. And I was like, all right. Then she said, I read an article about feng shui once, and it said, take your shoes out from under your bed. It'll improve your sleep. And she said, I did it. I took my shoes from underneath my bed, and I have slept so much better since. And I was like, oh, yeah, so you still don't believe, obviously. So anyways, there's not even just that around this better sleep, but also sometimes things that get shoved under the bed can be just emotional. So I love that we get this clear underbed picture to remind us of this, and to say, well done, Elisa. We've got this one little bag thing here, and there seems to be a couple of little singular things. And this is something that I see a lot in homes. And, it's interesting, when I looked at these photos, my first glance is like, God, there's very little here for me to talk about. But I always am going to find things to talk about. That's the best part. So you have this one little bag. It's singular, it's on its own. And then we're going to go down here, and we're going to see you've got these two vases here on one side, and we're going to go back down to the next vases, and we're going to see you have two more, but they're all different sizes, and they're big and small, and you've got this one little teddy on its own. Okay, so there's some things going on here that I really want to kind of call out. First of all, these little vases are very cute, and they're very nice. I would take them out of your bedroom, because there's no consistency in size. So oftentimes when we are looking for love, we want to call in images. We want to call in, how would I describe? You want equilibrium in your relationship. So you want, like, your bedside tables are the same height, but then you have ornaments that are like different sizes. So it's like a big and a small, a big and a small. So you don't have to get rid of them, but I would just move them out of your office, out of your bedroom, and bring in things that represent love. So in this room, there's nothing that represents intimacy. There's nothing that represents a couple. There's no artwork around love or intimacy or relationships. It's quite plain. And there's not necessarily much personality, which is not an issue. But what I would really love is to come in here and see a beautiful, like, statue of a couple dancing, or on the wall an image of a couple holding hands walking along a beach, or two hearts together. You want to think in pairs. You want to think, it's just like the wardrobe. Think about the space. Is there space for somebody? If someone was to come and move in tomorrow, where would you put them? You need to make space for them. You also need to have artwork that symbolizes that energy. So in my bedroom, I had a picture of I had a picture of a couple dancing. I had all this statue of a couple dancing. So they're the kind of things you want to be thinking about. You don't want individual items on their own. And also you don't want them with this imbalance of size. I find kind of very interesting, because you have it on both sides. So the bedside tables are fine. Two sides, I think you have a lamp on both sides, and if not, I would recommend it. No, you don't have a lamp on both sides. So I'd recommend, like, think about making this space inviting for somebody else. That someone else is going to live there. Okay, well, they're going to need a lamp as well, and make sure that their drawer is empty as well. Now, one little teddy on its own, get a friend. Get a friend for it, like put another friend with it, so you've got like thinking in pairs, so that there's something there. And that's this whole like two, it'll make a difference. Now, we don't typically recommend, now over your bed, let me see, do we have a space over your bed? Over the bed, we don't recommend artwork. So that's completely fine. The decor, the colors, this is all fine. Like I don't really kind of get into like this aesthetic stuff unless had your personal report and I was like, okay, well, we need to add fire element or we need to add a specific color into this area. But right now, this all looks good and your kitty loves the energy here because he's obviously having a nice time here, chilling out. So no art up on this wall, but you could have a nice piece of art up on this wall. You could have a piece of art on the other side, with an intention of just this kind of how you would like, or what would you like to be doing in your relationship. Now, I am sitting in a bedroom in my home in Ireland. I'm going to show around and I'm just going to see if you can see it, but there's a picture on the wall there. That picture on that wall. That picture was the picture that I originally bought for our master bedroom many, many, many years ago. And it has a picture of a couple in an embrace having a kiss. And the woman is wearing a red coat, just like my red coat that I owned. And it's like the street that we met on. So I left a blank wall for many months when we were renovating our bedroom. And then I found that picture. I was like, oh my God, it reminds me of our first date. And then on the picture is also a little dog, and a lot of you all know that I have my own little dog Toby, and yes, this picture, we ended up getting a dog after this picture. 6 weeks, I think, after this picture went up, and we ended up with a dog. So be careful what else is in the picture. Be careful it's something that's associated what you want, but I think some pictures for some love will be really good in here. So it does look like you have more storage available. So I would be thinking like have some spare hangers, have some spare shelf space for this person in your life. And even just simple things like on the side of the bed, maybe you could put like, how can you make it cozy? Maybe you could put like 2 nice cozy rugs on both sides of the bed, just to think in pairs. That feels nice and cozy and warm and brings a bit more personality in. And maybe you find an alternative place for the Hoover to go. Maybe you can find a different place, because that's kind of like represents hard work and kind of cleaning and doing jobs, which isn't ideal for like love and romance and relationship. Thank you, Elisa, for sending your photos in. I hope that this has been helpful for you and that you got some insights from me. As I said, I'm going to be hosting a couple of feng shui trainings coming up in the next couple of weeks. These trainings are going to be on what feng shui is, how it works, and really getting a bit deeper into the understanding and teaches the fundamentals of feng shui. This is a great opportunity for you to kind of get some basis. If you liked this video, please do like it, but like, subscribe, share it. But also, if you want your home, a room in your home. So we're just doing a room based on, a bedroom, an office, a kitchen, a living room. It won't be based on the bagua. That's more detailed, and that's what we do in our Powerhouse program. We also have several other videos on my YouTube channel here where they will be really helpful for you to check them out, including feng shui for love and relationships, feng shui your bedroom for love and relationships. This very, very detailed, like well watched and liked video that you might like as well. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you being here, and I'm looking forward to sharing more of these videos with you.